Hi guys, right now we will discuss inventory management. These are the two important questions if we're talking about inventory management. The first question is, how many units do we order? And that is answered by economic order quantity. And secondly is, when do we order? And that question is answered by reorder point. In this video, we will discuss economic order quantity and reorder point. So let's go first to economic order quantity. Before discussing EOQ, we need to know first the two kinds of cost specifically related to inventory. First is we have carrying cost. Carrying costs are the costs that are incurred by storing inventory. Examples of carrying cost is the cost of rent of your warehouses, the cost of electricity, the cost of depreciation of warehouses and other special equipment, and finally is opportunity cost. An example of carrying cost is we have perishable goods, specifically ice cream or frozen goods such as chicken or frozen chicken. In this, when you try to preserve or when you try to store ice cream or when you store chicken, you need to have a refrigerator or you need to have a cold storage facility to make sure that the quality of these goods are preserved. Therefore, the cost of electricity or the cost of the equipment or the refrigeration equipment, all these costs fall under carrying cost. So those are examples of carrying cost. Meanwhile, sa order cost naman, these are the costs that you incur every time you order. Example of this is cost of shipping. That's why when you order online, every time you order, you will incur shipping costs every time that you order online. So that is an example of order cost. Kasama din dito yung cost of inspection and cost of purchase order. So order costs are incurred every time you order. The question is, why do we need to know carrying cost and order cost? Why is this important? It is because the principle is there is an inverse relationship between carrying cost and order cost. It means that if you order frequently or if you order in small amounts, the carrying cost decreases but the order cost increases. Kasi sa number 1, ang mangyayari, you will spend less cost on warehouse, on electricity, and all those other things. However, because you order in small amounts, it means that you need to order frequently. You need to order frequently. And when you order frequently, the order cost increases. So that is the problem of number 1. Sa number 2 naman, pagbaliktad, if you order less frequently or if you order in bulk or if you order in large amounts, ang mangyayari, the order cost decreases because hindi ka na palaging mag-order. The order cost decreases because you order less frequently. However, the problem is the carrying cost increases because if you buy in large amounts, it means that you need to have a large warehouse, you need to have a large cold storage facility, and you need to have a bigger space so that you can store everything that you purchase. So ito naman opposite. The order cost decreases, but the carrying cost or the cost of storage increases. So what? Ano? The reason why we have economic order quantity is we need to strike a balance between order cost and carrying cost. In economic order quantity, we determine how many units does the company needs to order so that the total inventory cost, pag sinabi nating total inventory cost, the total of carrying cost and order cost is at its lowest level. So that is our target. We need to find a combination that will minimize the total cost of inventory. So that is the reason why we have economic order quantity. So what is the formula for economic order quantity? The formula for EOQ is square root. So as you can see, there is a square root. 2 times annual demand times cost per order divided by annual holding cost per unit. So this is the formula that we will be using in economic order quantity so that we can visualize the formula better. Let us have a sample problem. Sa sample problem natin, we have Curious Incorporated uses economic order quantity to determine the order quantity in planning its orders. The annual sales is 90,000 units. Cost to place one order is 1,000 pesos. The cost per unit is 100 pesos. And carrying cost is 5% of unit cost. Let us explain the problem. So first is we have the annual sales. The annual sales is 90,000 units. So the company can sell 90,000 units every year. So this is the annual sales. We have the order cost. The cost to place one order is 1,000 pesos. So this is the order cost. And then the next is the carrying cost. The carrying cost is 5% of unit cost. That's why we will multiply 100 pesos times 5%. That will be 5 pesos of carrying cost per unit. So per unit, the carrying cost is 5 pesos. What is required? In this problem, we will solve economic order quantity. We will compute for the order cost, the carrying cost, and the total cost of inventory. So we will solve them one by one. Okay, let's go first to EOQ. Sa EOQ naman, the formula is, so we are already integrating the problem to the formula. 2 times 90,000. So 90,000, this is the annual sales times 1,000 pesos. 1,000 pesos is the order cost divided by 100 pesos times 5%. So this is the carrying cost. So yung 100 pesos times 5%, this is the carrying cost per unit. So ito yung carrying cost per unit. Therefore, the answer here is 6,000 units. The economic order quantity is 6,000 units. What does it mean? It means that every time you order, you need to order 6,000 units. It means that if you order, or every time you order, if you order 6,000 units, this is the point in which the total inventory cost is at its lowest. So this is what we call the economic order quantity. If you order 6,000 units, every time you order, that is the point in which the total inventory cost is at its lowest. So that is E of Q. And then, next is, we will compute the number of orders per year. The question now is, given the economic order quantity, how frequent must the company order per year? Gaano kadalas sila dapat mag-order? Or how frequent must they order? Okay, so the formula here is annual sales divided by economic order quantity. So what we will do is we will divide 90,000 units because this is the annual sales divided by the economic order quantity, which is 6,000 units. Therefore, the answer is 15 orders. It means that every year, the company will order 15 times. Or every year, the company will order 15 times. Or every year, there will be 15 orders. So that is what we mean by number of orders per year. And then, next, we also have ordering cost. The formula here is number of orders per year or number of orders a year times cost per order. Since the company will order 15 times a year, then every time the company will order, the company will incur 1,000 pesos. Therefore, the order cost is 15,000 pesos. So ito yung order cost. And then, next, we also have carrying cost. In carrying cost, the formula here is number of units ordered divided by 2 times carrying cost per unit. Before we proceed, let us first analyze. Bakit siya i-divide sa 2? Because this is the average inventory. Kaya natin siya dinidivide by 2 because this is the average inventory. So we are computing for the average inventory. Okay. 6,000. So 6,000, this is the E of Q, or this is the number of units ordered divided by 2. Therefore, the average inventory of the company is 3,000 units. So yun yung average na inventory ng company. Then, we will multiply the average inventory to the carrying cost per unit. So ang gagawin natin, we will multiply 3,000 units. So yun yung average inventory times 5 pesos. Therefore, the carrying cost is 15,000 pesos. So that is the carrying cost. And then, finally, is we have the total cost of inventory. Dito naman, ang gagawin natin, we will add the carrying cost and the ordering cost or the order cost. So therefore, we will add the carrying cost, which is 15,000 pesos, plus order cost, which is 15,000 pesos. So in total, the total cost of inventory is 30,000 pesos. Question: is this the lowest cost of inventory? Ito ba yung lowest possible cost of inventory considering the carrying cost and ordering cost? The answer is yes, because we are talking about economic order quantity. It means that this will be the lowest total cost of inventory. So this is the lowest total cost of inventory, considering the variables that we have in the problem. So therefore, that will be our discussion for economic order quantity.